Hare Krishna everyone. So now we'll be starting with the class. I hope the screen is visible. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is the screen visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So as you can see, today we'll be starting with the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. It is Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga, where Lord Krishna shows the universal form. So this is also one of the most important chapters in Bhagavad Gita. So let us start with this chapter. Before starting, let us take the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and also our deity Sri Radha Govinda. So I'll start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalagaya Chakshur Udmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Kauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna everyone. I hope the screen is visible and I am audible. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll be starting with today's class. Before that, let us review the previous chapter. As the 10th chapter. So first section talked about Krishna's position as the origin of everything. Then after that we saw the Chatur Shloki of Bhagavad Gita, the four important shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, which describe the entire message of Bhagavad Gita. And the last section was Arjuna's acceptance that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and also Arjuna also asked that what was his request, that he asked that if Lord Krishna could describe about his opulences. So in various methods which Krishna explains his opulences, we have just gone through that. So now let us see what we are going to see in the 11th chapter. Okay, so this chapter first talks about, see, as Arjuna asked for the opulences, Arjuna wanted to see something like which could be seen. Okay, so now what Arjuna requests to Lord Krishna, that he wants Krishna to show his universal form. And then we see that Arjuna and Sanjaya describe the universal form. Then the third section is where Krishna talks about that how he is the time factor which destroys everything. In fact, one of these shlokas is also quoted by a great scientist. If we get time, we'll also watch the video. Okay. Then we have Arjuna's prayers, where Arjuna prays to Lord Krishna. And finally, we see that after Arjuna prays and requests Lord Krishna to, means now he should stop showing his universal form, which is very, which was very, frightening for Arjuna. He requested Lord Krishna to show his two-handed and the four-handed form. Yes. Yes, now let us start with the chapter. Okay. So Arjuna requests Krishna to show him that all-pervading form which he spoke about in chapter 10. Krishna first describes his universal form before showing it to Arjuna. He then bestows upon Arjuna the divine eyes necessary to see it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, let us start with the first look of this chapter. Arjuna uvacha mad anugrahaya paramam guhyam adhyatma sangnitam yatva yatvayoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama. Someone please read the translation.
Prabhuji, can I?
Yes.
Arjuna said, I have heard your instruction on confidential spiritual matters, which you have also kindly delivered unto me, and my illusion is now dispelled. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes. So now Arjuna talks about his realization after he gets to know about the various opulences of the Supreme Lord, where he says that on hearing his instructions, his illusion is now completely dispelled. Now, see if we look, okay, shouldn't the Bhagavad Gita end? Because see, what was the main purpose uh, of explaining Bhagavad Gita was that uh, Arjuna's illusion is if to remove Arjuna's illusion. But then what happens is that Arjuna further requests Lord Krishna. He wants to see that universal form, and due to this inquisitiveness, we see Krishna displays the form as according to Arjuna. Okay. भावाप्ययौ हि भूतानां श्रुतौ विस्तरसो मया त्वत्तः कमलपात्रक्ष महात्म्यम् अपि चाव्ययम्. Okay, please read the translation. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes.
O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So again, here Arjuna says that he has heard about every opulence of Lord Krishna in detail. Though see, opulences of Krishna unlimited, but like it's like explained in in form of various things. So we see that Krishna explains about the opulences in very much detail, and also talks about the appearance and disappearance of how every living entity, and also by that he realized how Krishna's is is infinitely glorious. Okay. Evam etad yatha tattvam atmanam parameshwara drashtum ichhami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. Anybody would like to read the translation? Please read.
Prabhuji, can I?
Yes.
O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So now we see Arjuna's, what does he request to Lord Krishna is that, see, he's like, he won, see, Krishna, in the previous chapter, he explains that I am always in my universal form, and I enter into this cosmic manifestation as the universal form. So he repeatedly describes about it. Okay. So, like, see, is let us say some teacher is teaching you about some unknown animal. Okay. Now see, you might have never heard about that animal. Okay. But now see, you are like and she explains the structure and everything. Okay. But what does the teacher does not show you the image of the animal. So without knowing the proper diagram or the proper image, you cannot understand the how the animal actually looks. So so similarly, see here Krishna again and again describes that he has he has entered into the cosmic manifestation in in his universal form. He repeatedly mentions. Now Arjuna is asking, can I can I witness or can I see this universal form? So that is how we see Arjuna request to Lord Krishna. Yes. Okay. Now see, what are the reasons why Arjuna wants to see universal form? Okay. See, Arjuna wants to see the universal form to convince that others that Krishna is not an ordinary person. Okay. So uh, it's like a, now people think that it's just verbally that everybody is glorifying Lord Krishna. Where is they ask, like, where is the proof? you know Many people ask for that. So like that we see, this Arjuna is like, he's trying to give an evidence that in this way Krishna is not an ordinary person. He's the supreme personality of God. We will see about the description of it. And then also he wanted to warn the imposters. Okay, so he wanted to warn those people who are simply claiming to have, many people in this world, uh, uh, they claim to be the supreme lord and all, but uh, they claim that they have so many powers and energies, they can destroy the universe and all. But we see, this is like a, what do you say, parameter by which they can be judged if they are the supreme lord or not. Okay, like nowadays, many people see in the shastra, this is already told that Kalki avatar is going to come in Kali Yuga. But now there are many such, such false people who try to claim themselves as Kalki avatar so that they can be respected and worshipped in the entire world. But now see, now see, because of Arjuna, we can see, if they claim to do so, then they should be able to show the universal form to everybody. So that is how, Arjuna tries to, uh, Arjuna helps how to, sets up parameters at how Krishna is the supreme. In fact, if we see, when Lord Chaitanya, who is Krishna himself, actually, many people might not believe he's the God, but he's the supreme God himself. So what did is that, to Ramananda Raya, he was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. So to him, he showed his universal form, and that we see helps us to understand Lord Chaitanya as the supreme Lord. Okay. Now, okay, next is, he also wanted to see how the Lord is acting from within the universe, though he's not a part of it. So, see, Krishna talks about his achintya bheda bheda tattva. What does this explain? Is that inconceivable potency of Lord, where Krishna says that he is in the, he's not in the, he's in the cosmic manifestation and also not in the cosmic manifestation at the same time. So you'll be like, how does this make sense? So because it's Krishna's inconceivable potency, it is very difficult to understand. Okay, so here, Arjuna wants to see that how, even though Lord Krishna actually originally is present in his Shyam Sundar form in the spiritual planets, but at the same time he is acting from within the universe, though he is not a part of it directly. Okay, next, dwelling within Arjuna, the Lord knows that he does not want to see the universal form with self interest, and that in fact he is pleased with the two-handed form. Okay, now is the, now see, actually what happens is that the devotees of the Supreme Lord, they do not want to see the, opulence and extra, opulence and the Aishwarya, that is, luxury or the richness of the Lord. They just want to see the pure love and devotion that Krishna reciprocates. So in fact, we see even in Krishna Leela, we see Mother Yashoda, there was this pastime, I think many of you might know, that Krishna once ate, ate mud, and, and Lord Balram told immediately to Mother Yashoda that, he has eaten mud. So now Balram, now see, Lord Krishna is like, no, I didn't eat mud. Why are you simply telling lies? Okay. Then Lord Balram was like, okay, if you have any, uh, if you think so, Mother Yashoda, please ask him to open his mouth. Now, when he opens his mouth, he shows the entire universe within the mouth. Okay, so we see that is how. But we see that after some time again, Mother Yashoda considers him as an ordinary child. Okay, his own son. So we see, the devotees, the great devotees of the Supreme Lord, they are not interested in having any to see the opulence of the Supreme Lord. They just want to reciprocate their love. Okay, so that is how we see Arjuna also being a pure devotee. He doesn't have any interest in this. But the thing is that he wants to, he wants to show the entire world that Krishna is not an ordinary person, but he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Next, okay. Manyasya yad tachakyam maya drashtum ito iti prabhu yogeshwara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. Anybody would like to read the translation? Please read.
Prabhuji, can I?
Yes.
If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay. So again, Arjuna is not like directly ordering Lord Krishna that you show your universal form. Now that he has realized that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he's requesting that if you think that if I have the capacity to to witness this universal form of yours, then only you show me the universal form. Okay, next. Now Krishna starts finally speaking in this chapter. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Pashyame Pritha Rupani Shatashotha Sahasrasa Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritini Cha. So here, okay. Anybody would like to read the translation?
Prabhuji, me.
Yes.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, son of Partha, now see my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied divine and multicolored forms.
Okay, so now see, we'll slowly see the description about it. So I want to explain a lot, but you see, this is just a picture to describe the things. Okay, this is just a picture to describe the things. So with this picture in the mind, let us see what about the description of the Supreme Lord. Now our Krishna says, Pashyadityan vasun rudran ashvinau marutastatha bahuni adrishta purvani pasyaschyaryani bharata. Okay, someone please read.
Oh best, Prabhuji, I am ready.
Yes.
Oh best of Bharatas, see here the different manifestation of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before.
Okay, so what does this shloka talks about? That there are various, just a minute. Okay, sorry for the disturbance actually. Okay, so now let us continue that what I was explaining is that in this form of the Supreme Lord, we can see various manifestation of Adityas. So see, last class I had explained you what is the Adityas. Does anybody remember?
Prabhuji, I do.
Yes.
The sons of Aditi.
Okay, the sons of Aditi are called Adityas. Actually, see, Lord, Kashyap, Kashyap Muni, he had two wives, Aditi and Diti. Okay, we see that from Aditi we see the demigods were born, and from Diti the demons were born. Okay, now you might wonder why, from like how. So see, in the time of Diti, in the procreation we see, in the procreation between Kashyap and Aditi, we see that time they did with proper Vedic procedures, but the demons were not born with the proper procedures. That is according to the Vedic scriptures. So that's why we see there is a lot difference between the two types of sons. Okay, so Adityas are basically, you know sons of Aditi, and therefore you can say it's almost all the devatas are called Adityas. Then there are Vasus, Rudras. In fact, I think there are 8 Vasus, and one of them is Agni Dev, Lord Agni Dev. Yes. Okay. Next is Rudras. Rudras, there are many Rudras, and among them we see the uh, leader of all Rudras is Lord Shiva. Then Ashwin Kumaras. And now see, if you remember, there are 5 sons, there are 5 Pandavas. Okay. So see, how 5 Pandavas? See, one first, Yudhishthira was the son of Yamaraj or Dharmaraj. Second, Arjuna was the son of uh, Indra, Lord Indra. Then we see Bhima was the son of Vayu. Okay, and then we see how Nakula and Sahadeva actually, the uh, other wife of Pandu, she didn't know, she also wanted sons. So what happened is that the mantra by which we see Kunti got children, with that same mantra, uh, the other wife of Pandu, she requested the Ashwin Kumaras, and from them came Nakul and Sahadev. So therefore, that's how you can try to relate the story of Mahabharata with this. Okay, so Ashwini Kumaras were basically, we see those from whom we see they were the sons of Nakula and Sahadeva were sons of Ashwin Kumaras, and then there were all other demigods. So therefore, they are saying to behold all these wonderful things which was present before them in this universal form. Ehaikastham jagatkritznam pashyadhya cha sacharacharam mama deha gudakeshe yachanya drashtum ichhasi. Someone please read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Oh Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So we see that there are the entire universe, we can see entire cosmic manifestation is displayed at one place. So see, now try to understand that we can't even see the entire earth in at one place, because see, when we try to use the world map so that we can visualize the entire earth at one place. But now see, in the Vedic cosmic manifestation, there are not only one universe, there are millions of universe, and which are coming from the golden eggs that comes from the body of Mahavishnu. So we see by this so in the Vedic cosmic manifestation, there are not only one, but there are millions and billions of universe. Nowadays we see there is the concept of multiverse. It actually comes from the Vedas. Okay, originally it comes from the Vedas. So that's and in the Vedic cosmic manifestation, we see there are billions of universe. Now to witness each and every person, each and every planet, what is happening, and in each and every planet, everything can be seen at one place. So this is the beauty of the universal form, that whatever is happening in this entire world, in fact Arjuna can even see himself, and himself in the universal form. So that's how everything, every single the past, present, future, everything is whatever Arjuna decided, everything could be seen at one place. Everything moving and non-movement is here completely in one place. Okay, now let us go to the next sloka. नातुं मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुष दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्. Okay, someone please read the translation.
Oh, yeah, I'm reading it. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So see, just like how when we go to a 3D movie, they give you specs, they give you a special 3D glasses. And nowadays, there are 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, 8D also sometimes I think might exist. Okay, so we see whenever you have to see a 3D movie, they give you special classes so that you can witness everything. Okay, so similarly we see, to witness the entire universal form, Arjuna cannot see with his normal eyes. He has to see with this with the divine eyes that Krishna will now give to Arjuna. So with these divine eyes we see Arjuna is going to see the universal form. So with this we complete the first section of this chapter, which talks about various things about Arjuna's request, why did he want to see the universal form, and everything. Now let us understand the description about the universal form. So now let us start. Sanjaya uvacha evam uktva tato rajan mahayogeshwaro harihi darshayamasa parthaya paramam rupamaishwaram. Okay, someone please read.
Prabhuji, can I?
Yes.
Sanjay said, O king, speaking thus, the Supreme, the Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So we see in this, what does, and now see there are various slokas. So what I'll do is that you can, read like some amount of slokas, and then I will explain all the slokas together. Okay, like, okay. Next slide, anybody else would like to read?
Prabhuji, I'm reading it.
Okay.
Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths and unlimited eyes. It was all wondrous. The form was decorated with divine dazzling ornaments and adorned in many grabs. He was garlandly, gloriously, and there were many scents smeared over his body. He was magnificent, all expanding unlimited. This was seen by Arjuna. If hundreds of thousands suns rose up at once into the sky, they might resemble the effulgence of Supreme Person in that universal form. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So, thank you for reading. So let us understand from this all these three slokas which we saw. Okay, so now we see Sandhya starts explaining Dhritarashtra about the universal form which was displayed by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. Okay, now what does this now see, in this universal form there are unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes. So see, all we see there were all demigods, all all demons, all living entities, everything. So therefore, there were see, you can see this. This is like, and picture a beautiful painting which somewhat describes. It wouldn't even describe completely, but somewhat describes the universal form. So Arjuna saw that, how he, with his unlimited eyes and unlimited mouth, he saw the various things, and it was all wondrous. So see, imagine seeing every entire Vedic cosmic manifestation at one place, all the millions and billions of universes at one place. So this was a wondrous form which was shown. It was divine, dazzling ornaments arrayed in many garbs. He was garlanded gloriously, and there were many scents smeared over Lord his body. Okay, all was magnificent, all expanding and unlimited. This was seen by Arjuna. Now see, Krishna is one of the names of Lord Krishna is Ravi Lochana. That is that his eyes represent the supreme, the sun. Okay, so in fact, last chapter also we saw that. I think last chapter or in the 7th chapter we saw that Krishna explained that his explained that his the light which is present in the sun and moon represents Lord Krishna. Now you see millions and billions of. I see, in your science you would learn that there are many galaxies, many solar systems, many stars, billions and billions of stars. So now see, if everything is comes at one place, okay, so there are hundreds and thousands of sun rose up into the sky. This might represent the effulgence of the supreme person in that universal form. So that's how bright, that's how effulgent was that universal form. So see, with our ordinary eyes, we can't even stare at the sun directly. Of course, it's not recommended to do so, but it's just an example that with our eyes, with our ordinary eyes, we can't even see the means we can't even stare at the sun. Okay, so this form had the light, the effulgence of hundreds of thousands means you can say 1 lakh. Okay, so around, if 1 lakh suns rose together, then that effulgence was shown in this universal form. Okay, yes, Arjuna saw in this universal bodies of all demigods, including and various other living entities. He saw Lord Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, Lord Shiva, and all the sages and the serpents. The universal form was everywhere without limit. There was no end, no beginning. There was no end, no middle, no beginning. It was it was unlimited, as I already explained. He saw blazing fire coming forth from his mouth, burning the entire universe by his own radiance. Okay. Tatraikastham jagatkritsnam pravibhaktam anekadha apashyaddev devasya sharire pandavastada. Someone would like to read, please read.
Prabhuji, I am reading. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord and the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many thousands. Arjuna could see in the body of Krishna many thousands of planets, as we learn from Vedic scriptures. There are many universes and planets. Some of them are made of earth, some of them are made of gold, some of them are made of jewels, some are very great, some are not so great, etc. Sitting on his chariot, Arjuna could see all these, but no one could understand what was going on between Arjuna and Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So we see, first of all, Krishna showed the universal form. and Arjuna, he got the divine eyes to see the universal form. Okay, but nobody else could, witness this, even though they were, in fact, if you remember the first chapter, what does Arjuna say to drive the chariot to the middle of the warfare? Okay, so all this was happening in between both the armies. Okay, so that but we see that no one could understand that, what was going on between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, because of course they were not able to witness this universal form. Okay, now let us go to the next section of this chapter. Okay, now someone please read the shloka.
Prabhuji, I am reading it.
Yes.
11.32. The blessed Lord said, Time I am, destroyer of all the worlds, and I have come to engage all the people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers are here on both sides will be slain.
Okay, so see this. Uh, so here again, Krishna says that he is the time factor which destroys everything. You must have heard the saying that time and tide waits for none. Okay, so by time we see great empires, great kingdoms, great monuments, everything gets destroyed. So now see what the universal form is declaring, that with the exceptions of the Pandavas, all the soldiers on the both sides will be killed. So we see who all remained after the war was the Pandavas, uh, Ashwathama, then there were, I think, two more personalities who were, even after the war, they were there. Okay, but all the major Kauravas and their army was destroyed completely. So now see, with this we can understand that Arjuna's victory was certain. There was no doubt that because uh, because here Lord Krishna himself declares that he is the time factor and he will destroy the entire world. Okay. Now next, Tasmatvam Uttishta Yashol Tasmatvam Uttishta Yasholabhasva Chitva Shatrun Bhungshva Rajyam Samriddham Maya Vaite Nihata Purvameva Nimitramatram Bhavasavyasachi. Okay. Someone please read the translation.
I am reading, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Therefore, get up and prepare to fight. After conquering your enemies, you will enjoy flourishing the kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement. And you, O Savyachin, can be put an instrument in the fight. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So see, now we got to know one more name of Arjuna, that is Savyasachi. Okay. Now what does Savyasachi mean? Means a great archer. Archer means the one who can fight with bows. Okay. So we see Arjuna had the art of archery very nicely, as we all know. So he could shoot the arrows with both his hands. That was his special art and special technique. Okay, so so here Krishna is saying that see, already they are killed. Okay, already they are going to be killed, and you will be able to enjoy the kingdom. Okay, so so you just have to be an instrument in my plan, so that if you kill everybody, automatically they'll be killed. Okay, so there's no need of any fear that you need to have. Okay, already they are put to death by my arrangement. So also, yes, Sachi, you can just be an instrument in the fight. Okay. Okay, now let us see the next shloka. Dronam cha bhishmam cha jayadrutham cha karnam tathanyam api yodha vidan mahahatam swam jahima vyavasthita yudhyasva jetasi rane sapatnan. Okay, Okay, I'll read the translation. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in the battle. Okay. So, see, all these Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and all the other great warriors which were there on the sides of Kaurava's army, they are already destroyed by the Supreme Lord. So, therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies. So, this was already in the arrangement of the Supreme Lord. Now, I think this is the last section, maybe. No. Okay. So let us enter to the fourth section of this chapter. Vayoyamognirvaruna sasanka prajapatistvam prapitamahascha namo namaste sahasra kritva punascha bhuyopi namo namaste. Okay. Anybody would like to read the translation?
Prabhuji, I am reading it.
Yes.
The Lord is addressed here as air because the air is the most important representation of the demigods, being all preservative. Arjuna also addresses Krishna as the great grandfather because he is the father of Brahma, the first living creature in the universe. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So we see the first living creature, that is Brahma. We see Krishna, actually Brahma is born from the navel of Lord Vishnu. Okay. From the navel of Lord Mahavishnu, Lord Brahma is born. Okay. I mean, navel of Lord Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Okay. If we get time, we will explain about that Golaka chat also so that you can understand better. But so here Krishna is addressed as air because air is present everywhere. Okay. So he's being described as the means father of everybody, the great grandfather means the father of even the father of even of all the living creatures. Nama purustad atha prishtataste namostute sarvata eva sarva ananta viryamita vikramasvam sarvam samapnosi tatosi sarva. Someone, anybody else would like to read the translation? Hare Krishna. If nobody is there, then Ananya Mataji can read it. Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Obeisances to you from the front, behind, and from all the sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of the limitless might. You are the all-pervading, and thus you are everything. Okay. So here also Krishna means Arjuna bows down, pays obeisances to Lord Krishna after seeing his, very majestic universal form. कीर्तिनां गदीनां चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वं द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते. O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head, with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. Okay. So here Arjuna is requesting Lord Krishna to first show his four-handed form, Chanka Chakra Gada Padma, which is his four-handed form, in which he is, in which he is there in the form of Lord Vishnu, and then finally show his two-handed form. Okay. These are the various mellows in the process of devotion. Okay, 5 primary rasas. Okay, so try to understand this. So there are 5 rasas: Shanta rasa, Dasya ras, Sakhya ras, Vatsalya ras, and Madhurya ras. So first is Shanta ras, that is neutral. Okay, neutral love towards the Supreme Lord, just like how the cows in Vrindavan showed to Lord Krishna. Then Dasya ras, this is the mood of servitorship that Lord Hanuman showed to Lord Rama. Sakhya ras, that is friendship. Okay, uh, all the all the friends of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan, and also you see Arjuna, also a very great friend of Lord Krishna. So all these people show the Sakhya ras. Vatsalya ras is the parental love. So we see actually Vasudev and Devaki were the parents of, means we see originally they were parents of Lord Krishna, but we see parental love or Vatsalya ras is found more in Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. Next is Madhurya ras, that is conjugal love. This is shown by the gopis towards Lord Krishna. So these are the 5 main rasas. We'll if we get time, we will explain more about this. Okay. Okay, let us, we'll be entering the last section where Krishna withdraws from his universal form. He shows his 4-armed form and finally the 2-armed form. And after that, we see what is the importance of this 2-armed form. Okay. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Maya Prasannena Tavarjunedam Rupam Param Darshitam Atma Yoga Tejo Mayam Vishwam Anantamadyam Yanme Todanye Nadrishtam Purvam. Okay. Someone please read the translation.
Prabhuji, I'll read it.
Yes.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, happily I have shown you by my eternal potency this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring influence." Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So what does this shloka explain is that it is by Krishna's internal potency that he has shown this supreme universal form. No one before has ever witnessed this form in this material universe. Okay, so Arjuna is the first person to witness the universal form. Okay. Sanjaya uvacha ityarjunam vasudevastatoktam. Okay. Sanjaya uvacha ityarjunam vasudevastatoktva swakam rupam darshayam ashabhuya ashvasayam ashasbhitamenam bhutva puna saumya vapur mahatma. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, while speaking thus to Arjuna, displayed his real 4-armed form, and at last he showed him his 2-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. So after seeing this form of Lord, where fire is coming out from his mouth, the effulgence of thousands and millions of suns, if they rise together, all there were so many faces. And also Krishna was explaining how all the great warriors like Bhishma, Drona, Karna, all of them were entering the mouth of the Supreme Lord in the universal form. So now by this side, even Arjuna is actually a Kshatriya, and we see that Kshatriyas are not even scared by killing, but this even being Kshatriya, okay, even being Kshatriya, okay, Kshatriyas are supposed to be fearful, but even being a very great Kshatriya who is actually not scared of anything, was still so much fearful about the universal form. So that is how the universal form is very great, and it is also very fearful. So by showing his 2-armed and his 4-armed and the 2-armed form, Krishna encouraged the fearful Arjuna. Okay, now let us understand this importance of this two-armed form. Bhaktva tvananya yasakya aham evam vidhorjuna jnanam drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. Okay, someone please read the translation.
Prabhuji, I'll read it.
Yes.
My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service I can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way you can enter into the mysteries of my understanding. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So, see, what we have to understand from this, see, first, this is also very important shloka where Krishna explains that, see, you just have to be the instrument in Krishna's plan. Okay, and now this is also the, I would say, the second most important shloka of this chapter, which explains about that, only by pure undivided devotional service can you understand the you can understand the two-armed form of the Supreme Lord and thus be seen directly. Only in this way you can understand the mysteries of my understanding. Okay, so it's only by pure devotional ananya bhakti. So by this only can you by understanding and performing undivided devotion service only you can understand the two-armed form of the Supreme Lord. Mat karma krin mat paramo mat bhakta sanga varjita nirvaira sarva bhuteshu yasa mameti pandava. My dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. So here Krishna explains to Arjuna that only those who are engaged in my pure devotional service, they will they'll automatically be free from the contaminations of previous activities and free from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity. Okay, so what does this show is that the devotee is not in the delusion of he doesn't have the duality of being a friendly or enmity. A devotee does not have that type of mentality, so he is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to the Supreme Lord in his abode. Okay. Now, how do we start devotional service? By chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So everybody, you can all unmute your mics. We'll chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra together. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Yes. So with this, we conclude the chapter. Okay. Okay. Do you want to see the video? Shall we, end the class with attendance?
We can see the video, Prabhu.
Okay.